Hello and welcome to the Shifted Self channel. Here, we dive deep into content that awakens awareness, transforms habits, and reconnects you with what truly matters. If this video resonates with you, go ahead and like it, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Now take a deep breath, let it out slowly, and tell me, have you ever really thought about what happens when you breathe? We live in a world that moves fast. Thoughts race, time slips away, tasks pile up. But in the middle of all this chaos, there's one thing that stays constant. Something we've been doing from the very first moment we were born until the very last second of our lives. Breathing. It's always there. Silent, invisible, often ignored. And because of that, almost no one talks about it. And when they do, they don't say enough. No one taught you how to breathe. Not truly. Not as a tool for healing. Not as a key to accessing deeper levels of your mind, your body, your soul. The most fascinating part, even though breathing is automatic, it's also the only physiological function we can control consciously. And that changes everything. Because right there, between the automatic and the conscious, is a power almost no one explores. In this video, you're going to discover a simple yet deeply transformational truth. The way you breathe affects absolutely everything in your life. The way you think, the way you sleep, the way you feel, the way you react, even the way you live. Most people search for complicated solutions to problems like anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, lack of focus. But few ever look at the root. And the root, more often than not, is right here in this forgotten act. Shallow breathing disconnects us from the present. It keeps us in constant alert. It feeds fear, restlessness, impulsivity. On the other hand, conscious breathing grounds us. It gives us clarity, balance, intuition, and maybe, for the first time, you'll understand why things feel off, even when you're doing everything right. You may be meditating, repeating affirmations, visualizing doing yoga, but if your breath is shallow, fast, and disconnected, you're actually holding yourself back from expanding. Science is only now starting to confirm what ancient masters have known for millennia. Breathing isn't just survival, it's awareness. In this video, we're going to explore everything you were never told about breathing. You'll see how the right kind of breath can be the difference between a life of stress and a life of presence. You'll learn simple techniques, fascinating studies, and powerful practices. But more than that, you'll learn how to feel the breath as a portal inward. So if you've been feeling tired, distracted, anxious, maybe it's just time to come back to the beginning, back to the inhale, back to the exhale, and realize in the silent space in between lies your power. Get ready, because what's coming next could change the way you live every single day of your life. Breathing is the only physiological system that can function both automatically and consciously. And it's precisely there that its deepest power lies. When we leave our breath on autopilot, it mirrors the internal state of our body and mind. Stress, fast, shallow breathing. Anxiety, chest breathing, short and tense. Sadness, heavy, slow, disconnected breath. But the moment we take control of our breath, consciously, something shifts. It's as if for an instant, all the noise around us fades into silence. Science has been diving into this with growing interest. We now know that changing our breathing pattern can alter brain chemistry, regulate heart rate, reduce inflammation, lower cortisol, the stress hormone, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for rest, digestion, and healing. But perhaps the most fascinating part isn't even scientific. It's the fact that ancient cultures already knew this. In India, pranayama, the science of breath, is considered a vital key in yoga. In Japan, the samurai trained their breath to maintain absolute focus in battle. In ancient China, Qigong used breath as a vehicle for moving life energy. All these traditions reach the same conclusion. Those who master their breath master their energy. And those who master their energy can transform everything. But what does this actually mean? It means that when you breathe consciously, you awaken dormant parts of yourself. You're not just oxygenating your body better. You're sending a signal to your brain that you are safe. You're shifting from fight or flight mode to healing mode. Think about it for a moment. How many poor decisions have you made under pressure, in a state of stress, with a tense body? Now imagine that before reacting, you could pause, take a deep breath, and access a state of presence and clarity. How much would that change your life? Most people are surviving, not truly living. They're moving fast, always chasing time. But everything changes when you begin to move from a breath. You slow down. You choose better. You feel deeper. And here's a key insight. Conscious breathing isn't just a relaxation tool. It's a practice of power. A constant reminder that you are in charge. How many times, just today, have you stopped to observe your breath? Probably none. And that's not your fault. It's cultural. We've been trained to live outside ourselves, focusing only on the visible, the tangible, the urgent. But there's an invisible urgency screaming within us. The urgency to come home, to come back to ourselves. And breath is the path. In the next sections of this video, we'll show you how to put all of this into practice. Techniques that range from diaphragmatic breathing to more advanced methods like conscious connected breath work, used by therapists, high-performance coaches, and spiritual seekers around the world. But before you dive into technique, you need to connect with the why. And that's exactly what you're starting to tap into right now. The why of slowing down, of returning inward, of reconnecting with what has never left you, your own breath. Now that you understand the power within conscious breathing, it's time to practice. But this isn't just a breathing technique. It's a ritual of reconnection with yourself, a dive into the now. Close your eyes, or simply soften your gaze. Sit upright, as if you're gently lengthening your spine, but with no tension, only presence. Let's begin with diaphragmatic breathing, also known as abdominal breathing. It's simple but profound. Inhale slowly through your nose, counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel your belly expand like a balloon. Not your chest, but your abdomen. This is where conscious breathing begins. Now, hold the breath for 2 seconds. Feel the air inside you. It's not just in your body. It's awakening your energy. Exhale gently through your mouth. Count to 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice how your body starts to slow down. Once more, inhale, hold, exhale. You can repeat this cycle for a few minutes. With each round, your nervous system rebalances, your mind quiets, your heart beats with more harmony. But let's go deeper. Now, try a variation called conscious connected breathing. It's used in therapeutic sessions and consciousness expanding practices. In this version, there are no pauses between inhale and exhale. It's a continuous cycle. Everything flows like a wave. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. No force, no over-control. Just allow. Imagine you are being breathed by life itself. You're a channel, a current. There is no right or wrong here, only presence. During this practice, sensations may arise: warmth, tingling, lightness, or even long-held emotions that have been silent. To breathe consciously is also to release, to let go of what no longer serves, to make space for the new. If tears come, let them come. If laughter arises, welcome it too. Your body knows what it needs, and your breath is the vehicle for release. Stay in this flow for a few minutes. Don't count the time. Count the moments of truth you're having with yourself. And when you feel it's time to close, gently return to natural breathing. Notice the silence that remains. That stillness is your essence. You just access something most people never experience: the power of breathing as a tool for healing, transformation, and expansion. This practice, done daily for just 5 to 10 minutes, can shift your emotional state, mental clarity, energy, and even your relationship with money, your body, and time. To breathe with awareness is an act of self-care. But more than that, it is an act of sovereignty. You don't need anything external to regulate yourself. Everything is already here, within you, with every breath. Now that you know the technique, it's time to look at something more subtle and deeper. What is stopping you from breathing fully is also stopping you from living fully. Most people breathe shallowly, disconnected, automatically, but that's no accident. It's a reflection of old traumas, social pressures, unspoken fears, and accumulated guilt. It's as if every layer of pain and resistance has been stored in the body, and the breath gradually becomes shorter, tighter, trapped. The question here isn't just, are you breathing well? But rather, what inside you is afraid to breathe deeply? Breathing deeply is opening space. And when you open space, what you've spent years hiding can come to the surface. Deep breathing can bring up emotions, memories, sensations, and that's why many people avoid it. Unconsciously, they prefer not to feel. So they remain in a constant state of almost living. But there is something you need to know. Every time you hold your breath in front of a difficult situation, you also hold back your ability to move through and transform it. You freeze the flow. And where there is no flow, there is no life, no creation, no prosperity. Now think, how many times a day are you on alert? How many times you hold your breath when faced with thoughts of scarcity, fear, or rejection? And this reflects in everything. In how you deal with money, time, relationships. You're always running, always breathless, always struggling to keep up with everything, without realizing you're forgetting the most basic thing: to breathe. When you breathe poorly, you make decisions in altered states, decisions that don't come from your wisdom, but from your fear. You lose clarity. You disconnect from your intuition and start searching for desperate solutions outside yourself. The good news? You can change this. And it starts with the simple act of pausing, inhaling, and noticing what's inside. This pause may seem small, but it is revolutionary. Breathing well is an act of resistance against the culture of rush. It's an act of energetic sovereignty. Your body is saying, I exist. I deserve to be here. I can occupy this space. You don't need to solve everything at once. You don't need to understand everything now. But you can start by recognizing how much your breath has been conditioned by patterns that are not yours. And from there, you start choosing differently. Breath by breath, moment by moment, you return to your center. And that's where the magic begins. Because when you are centered, you have power. Power to create. Power to decide. Power to manifest. There is no scarcity in the now. Scarcity lives in the mind. The now lives in the breath. We have come to the end of this deep journey about breathing and the impact it has on your life. I hope by now you have realized that breathing is much more than an automatic act. It is a direct connection to your deepest self. Every breath you take is an opportunity for renewal. Every exhale is a chance to release what no longer serves you. And when you practice mindful breathing, you begin to reclaim a quality of life you may have lost long ago: full presence. You don't need to change everything at once, nor understand all the mysteries of mind and body immediately. What matters is the movement of returning to yourself, one step at a time, one breath at a time. Remember, true life happens in the present moment, and your breath is the gateway to that moment. When you learn to breathe consciously, you create space for clarity, calm, and personal power. And it is exactly this space that will allow you to make decisions aligned with your purpose and dreams. I know it's not always easy. You may face internal resistance, emotions that seem difficult to handle, or a mind try to pull you into anxiety, fear, or doubt. But it's precisely at these moments that conscious breathing becomes your strongest ally. It anchors you, stabilizes you, and reminds you that you can choose to be present even amid chaos. Transforming your relationship with money, opportunities, and yourself begins with a simple yet powerful act of breathing, because the energy you carry in every breath reflects what you attract and create in your life. So I invite you, set aside a few minutes every day to practice this technique. Use your breath to slow down, to reconnect, to release. Allow your breath to be the bridge between daily stress and the peace you deserve. If you enjoyed this video and felt the depth of this learning, subscribe to the channel The Shifted Self. Turn on the notification bell to receive new videos that will help you transform your mind and energy. Share this content with someone you believe needs to hear this message, because spreading knowledge is a powerful way to create collective prosperity. And, of course, leave a comment below sharing your experience with the technique. What changed for you? What insights came up? Your voice is important to this growing community, seeking more awareness and presence. Thank you very much for being here, for dedicating your time to care for yourself and expand your consciousness. Remember, you have all the power inside you, and every breath is a new chance to access that power. See you in the next video, where we will continue this journey of self-discovery and transformation. Take a deep breath. You deserve to live your best version.